Welcome back, my gardening friends. This is my wildflower garden, and that's one of my giant red cabbages sitting there. Found a new home, and my long-term viewers, subscribers will know that I've had some wonderful displays in this area with the wildflower seed that we've put in. But unfortunately some of this seed has took hold, and that horrible rooty variety, and the seeds spread everywhere, and it's been in all of my fruit trees and strawberries that survived the vine weevil. So I'm going to be digging as much out as I can, and I'll be planting things like the sunflowers for the #sunflower challenge 2020, and I'm going to sort out the wildlife area. This is some of the surplus pond liner that I put over the top. These are all the sunflower stems. These are rooty bits. Ideal area for any bugs to get in, and hopefully we may get some nesting birds. So hopefully there's nothing in here at the moment, so we'll just get this fastened down properly. Just wanted to stop it from blowing everywhere, so we're just going to pop a few staples in just to keep most of it reasonably dry. A lot of these are hollowed out logs. When I get called out to fallen trees, and I spot a few bits of nice bits of wood, so we'll go up. Sit there, and then this is a bit of screed that one of my viewers or friends has sent me. That'll just disguise that bit of plastic, so we'll get that all sorted, and then we'll move on to the unenviable task of clearing some of these horrible weeds. What a wonderful morning. The birds are singing away, and you don't get no music on this channel. All you get is natural sounds, whether it is a humming of a generator a mile or two back. So that's that little bit done. Let's go and show you some of these horrible weeds that are annoying me. So this is the main culprit. It flowers absolutely beautifully, but the seeds go absolutely everywhere. And I'm not sure whether this plant will do it, but these seeds, if you touch them, they throw their seeds for miles. So even though I'm trying to weed them, I'm far too late. Yeah, they come out easy, but they don't half throw the seeds a good distance. So I'm going to get those out. We're obviously going to have issues with clover, docks and nettles, because I bring in the horse manure, untreated horse manure. But if you keep on top of them, it's okay. But these are stuck round this tree. Now I'm going to try and move that tree. Hopefully the roots haven't gone down. If they have, then I'm going to have to try and take these out very carefully. So I don't want to upset this cooking apple tree while it's in full blossom, and hopefully more than one fruit this year. As you can see, it's been heavily pruned, because I got this off another plot when we cleared it and before we ploughed it. These heaps of soil are from out of the polytunnel raised bed, about the first foot or so. This is the added compost to insulate the carrots, but we had the vine weevil, So I took the top layer out, and that can be spread about here. I planted these a couple of years ago. They're just starting to get established now, so got to be careful around those. I ain't got a clue what they're called, but they're them long, oh dear, every time you tread on these weeds. 1 year seed, 7 year weed. This is the giant poppies. I've got 2. I'll be looking out for any more poppies that are about, and as you know, we've got some to go in. These are nice little flowers. Unfortunately, we've got to dig everything up this time, but we'll be bringing seed from underneath back up, so hopefully some will come back, and we'll be leaving things like that because that does give a nice display. And as we approach the pond area, we've got the natural plants that I'll put around the pond, and little bits and bobs that I've found, or the wife decided she doesn't want anymore, and a few ornaments. And this is the pond, and this is the water feature that was put outside somebody's house, free to good home. And over there under the arbour, that's where I normally sit, is those poppies that the wife found. So I'm going to get cracked on. Talked enough, we're already 6 minutes in. So this is one of the little blighters, and hopefully we can get all the roots out. If we're very careful, but you can see there's one of the runners, and it's throwing up roots, weeds, runners, and they're all growing. Yeah, you can make loads and loads of plants out of all this lot, but that has hopefully got all that out. We know what roots we're looking for now, but these you can hear them snapping off, which is not a good sign. And we'll try and get out as much as we can, leaving what we want to leave in. But I think I'm going to have to start reasonably fresh. I'll be leaving this in. This is the old one. It's going over there somewhere. Hopefully it's out of the way. And leave some of these that you can't see at the moment. They're greening up nicely. We'll pull all out the shooting seeds, and then we'll have a little go at the nettles and docks, and then I can show you towards the end what we've been up to before it gets too busy on our allotment side. So just a quick look at some of these nasty weeds. So nettles, this is what you're trying to get out. Any of these will reshoot, and look at these. So you get the little runners, and off they go. Nice new plants. So an excellent plant. They know exactly what they're doing to make sure that they survive. Let's have a little look. There's a little bit that we've already done, and sometimes you just have to do a little bit, set it all out, but the effort you put in, you'll reap the benefits going on. So we've looked at these surface roots. Now we're going to look at those deep roosted nasties. The nettles at the back, so we'll tackle the dock for starters. That root will probably go down about 1 metre. We're not going that far, but we can tackle it. And the roots are all out of the bucket, so I've had to get one root out from one side, so I don't want to disturb all of them. So we're only going to get what we can get, and we can perhaps move this tree to an area that's free of roots, so it's got a permanent place. So it is worth, if you're doing fruit trees and you're digging all this out of a brand new allotment, it's worth getting the extra effort in areas where you're having permanent features like fruit bushes, trees, etc. And you wouldn't plant a tree on top of that dock because you'd never get it out in the future. So I've just started to have a bit of a dig and realise you can't really see. These fine roots that you may be able to see are the apple tree. So I've dug down a little bit. I'm just going to have a little tug. I don't want to break it. Always use a fork for getting these type of weeds out. May not be too old actually. It may be just 2 years old because it's got 2 runners, because if you pull them off they'll just throw extra shoots out. I might be lucky, you know. I'd like to be able to leave this fruit tree here. It's broke, but as you can see it's broke very thin. If you break that off you'll be in even more trouble. So let's push all these roots back in, leave the ones that have not been disturbed. I'll give all this area a really good watering and hopefully it won't disturb it, but this is a job I should have done a long time ago. But anybody that follows my channel will know I've been a busy boy building all those new beds. Let's have a tackle at this nettle and hopefully it'll be just as easy. Cindy from my lazy garden did ask what I was going to do with my fruit garden, so I did decide to actually show you me getting this right. I'm just going to disturb everything underneath. I'm going to know full well I'm going to get stung. And what we don't get this time, we can get again another. And even if you do have issues, if you keep taking the heads off them, they're going to die eventually. I don't use weed killers here. Don't want to, and never will. There's always the vinegars of this world to get rid of what we don't need. And unfortunately, again, the roots from the apple tree have come through. And we'll be topping all this up with fresh compost, just as a mulch, once I've planted all those nice new poppies I've got. Hopefully the camera won't overheat this morning, and I'll bring you back as soon as I've made some progress. Oh, am I glad that that's all done and sorted. Just watering the rest of the plants now. I'll give that a good watering today. Hopefully that sun gets up too far. Decided to move the bench. So there's the original 2 poppies. I've planted the poppies at the Y-fan. Why have I put that there? So my big feet don't tread on that little poppy we found. That does look better. Right, let's go and have a look at where I put the weeds. So we've got quite a few. That's basically all there is. These are the ones that we took out earlier, and no doubt I'm going to get myself stung. This is where I put the perennial weeds, missing eye. Still haven't done that. Somebody pointed that out to me a while back. I put this dandelion in the other day. Got as much root out of that as we could, and the seed heads formed overnight while it was shut down. So basically we just leave those in, and we do push it down and roll it, so then the old stuff comes up. But I will be using this water to feed some of my plants. Well, I think that's a couple of hours good work done. It's opened this up nicely. I haven't got the water running because the pump is elsewhere. If you've liked the content of this video, please consider subscribing. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and please join me in the future on my April progress tour, what we've done in April, and see how we actually got on with all those jobs. And don't forget to pop over to Cindy's channel, My Lazy Garden. Her channel description will be in the description below. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.